Well, that's kind of stone-ass useless. How's it, everybody? Welcome back into the Paper Plane Inn. I'm Mikota Nui, and thank you for coming back in. Hey there, Phantom May, and welcome back into the Paper Plane Inn. You're the first to arrive. Isn't that nice? Okay. Hey there, Werewolf, and hey there, Danny Lockhart. Why? Really? Right in this moment? Stop! What are you doing? What are you doing? I think I made a mistake.
I see the pillows work.
Yes, they do, but I'm not sure if the bits barrage actually worked, because I actually managed to make another trigger that if people are able to cheer me with bits, it will then trigger the bits barrage, and I'm not sure if I did that right or if I did that wrong. Okay, before I actually start, I just remembered I forgot to activate my music, and oh, that is a big that's a big mistake in my department. Okay, I think I'll take this one. I'm picking, well, she says as she just randomly picks a video from YouTube. Okay. Alright. I guess that seems to be working. Okay. But how's it, everybody? Welcome back into the inn. Today is gonna be our third time to do our little tradition here, which is, well, drawing monster waifus and husbandos for Halloween month. Well, where we last left off is that we managed to actually do a monster waifu, which is the which is the Jorogumo waifu, the spider waifu. Our second one was the Tengu husbando, and it was thanks to all of you we actually got names for them, like Kaori the spider, and Kenta, or just Ken, as well the Tengu. Now it's time for us to go for a little bit of something different. Why not? Trying to warm up with a hot helping of chili cheese fries. Oh, that sounds delicious. Kenta the Chad good. You can definitely say that. Alright. Now it's time for us to actually try to go for something a little bit different. And by that different, we're finally going to be drawing a spider waifu. No, not spider waifu. Werewolf waifu. My bad. That is absolutely my bad. Do not actually chat. Did not clip that. I did not. That was a simple mistake. Oh, that was a simple mistake. Still got last week's suggestions because I still have my tabs open. You know what? That's actually good. Now that you mentioned that, can you? How about we actually play a little bit of a game that we should name our werewolf waifu, if you will. Werewolf, if you could be so kind, you can actually throw in the names here into the chat. Everyone else can also are free to suggest a name too. That way, we can then start making a poll on which name will actually sticks. But what about you, Dave? Do you have an idea for what our werewolf waifu's name is going to be?
That's a tough one. Let me think. I mean, if I wanted to be vanilla about it, I would probably name him Canus. Canus.
That may be true, but we're working with a waifu this time around.
Also, my mind's been elsewhere because I've spent the past hour or so just writing up lore for a concept that you are probably well familiar with.
No?
You remember way back when that that lore concept you had for the world with those four nations where various people had stand-ins playing various roles within it. So I've been doing. Today I had this spur of inspiration to do a write-up on the capital city of one of the factions in question. So I've got
Oh,
that
you mean
up in front
Terror
of me at the
Remains?
moment. Yeah, Terror Remains. That's it.
Oh man, that's a name I mean, for context, chat. Terror Remains is kind of like an old project I used to run. I tried to get off the field as it's kind of like meant to be a bit of a roleplay big fantasy story that's basically based on me and me and my friends. And the four nations are and everything, and the whole gimmick about this story setting is that everyone is actually names are based on gemstones, if you will, such as Rosamund is based on rose quartz, Amaryllis as an emerald, Sapphira as in sapphire, and the Onyx Kingdom, if you will. I've yet to I forgot its name. I forgot its name. Oh, fuck! I forgot its name.
Sapphira would have been the one with the floating city, yes.
No, that'll be Amaryllis.
Emeraldus, got it.
All right, let me go take a look in the chat for the names. So it's a white Anwen means very beautiful in Welsh. That's actually not a bad name. Spider Wolf, no, JK, please don't. Let's see. Bronwyn and Arwen, okay. So let's see. Those are our two names that we got so far. We might need a couple more, and then we can run a poll about it. In fact, I need to go open up my notepad so that way I can actually write this down. Anwen. And let's see, where are you? Bronwyn. Okay, Gwen. Anwen, Bronwyn, Wolfrun, Chandra, and Flannery. Oh, thank you so very much, Bearwold. Alright, now that we got those names, I guess you know what that time it is. It's time we can make a poll about it. And let me see. New poll. Okay, what shall be the Werewolf Waifu's name be? And let me type that down. Give me a moment, chat. Bear with me. That one really does sound nice. Let's see. When? No. I almost typed down Bronwyn. That is my bad.
I knew someone in school named Bronwyn.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I didn't know well, but she did have that name. Although it was spelled differently.
Alright guys, it's time to make up. It's time. I am now creating the poll. Here we go. Now all we gotta do is just wait and see how that is going.
So going back to Emeraldus, do you remember if you gave the capital a name?
Opolis.
Opalis, thank you.
Let me see if everyone has made their votes so far. Flannery looks like they're at a choice. I mean, Flannery is the top choice so far. Okay, now let me take a look. It appears that Flannery is the is the chosen name. All right, so shall it be. Our werewolf's name is gonna be Flannery. Oh my goodness, Short Fuse! Thank you so very much for the sub.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel. I'm really unhappy about that. That goal should be a little bit updated, but I'm sure it'll go. I'm sure it'll go through. But yeah, today we're gonna be making ourselves a werewolf waifu, if you will. Oh, Werewolf! Thank you so very much. Right now, I told myself I'd do that. Thank you. Besides, your subs kind of do matter because in case if you guys notice into the podium, well, we have established a goal, if you will. And if I were to have myself like, I don't know, 20 subs, if this 20 subs is filled up, I am going to be reading My Immortal for the next topic of cringe fiction, if you will. Now, I know we have ourselves like our crazy werewolf. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of something different for this werewolf. I'm gonna go for a soft moe type of werewolf, if you will. Because I don't see much people actually going and do something like that. So why not? Like fluffy and soft moe. And I am highly debating whether or not should I actually make her curvy too. Because Miki really needs to actually practice more on creating body types for girls. And people in general. A werepoodle? Maybe so, Phantomy. Maybe so.
Sorry, a were what now?
A werepoodle?
I just had a much worse idea.
Huh? What's that?
A werepug.
Oh no.
Yes.
No, oh goodness, no. Sherman, no. I can't get that image off my head. But at the same time, the first image that comes to mind is that one character from BoJack Horseman.
All I can think of is a small, rather than growing in size, the person shrinks down to the size of a humanoid child thing with a pug face.
Oh no. Now, we're not going to be drawing the full details of this yet. We're basically drawing the thumbnail sketch, if you will. Now, I know I could go for... I could be short and be a were-chihuahua. No, that will be a goblin at that point. Why do I have the feeling that I am going to be summoning the Horde with this? Yeah. Like,
Go ahead.
Like, I know this one is a werewolf, you know? But I have the strongest feeling in my gut that this will summon the horde.
You'd be surprised how many, how do I say this without being rude? How many furries there are out there. Like, I don't have anything against furries, just to clarify, but I suspect the Apple Horde will probably be on its way.
Should I make her chubby or should I just make her as I usually do?
As in, thick rather than chubby?
Yeah, thick or chubby? Like do you like as in making her making her top size making her bottom side make her chubby? Everybody loves a chubby dog. Okay, that's a thing.
Well, so far the sentiment seems pretty clear, so... Seems like it's chubby it is. Saying I've done an initial write-up as sort of as like a descriptor for or a summary of Opalis, which I've given the secondary title of the Floating Metropolis.
Oh.
If you'd like to hear it, I can summarize it for you.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Let's hope my grammar isn't too bad. The floating city of Opalis is the capital city of Emeraldas. Unlike the capital city of other cities of other nations, Opalis does not sit at a fixed location. Rather, the entire city is kept aloft high above the land, navigated across the nation's land by a combination of taking advantage of the prevailing winds and direct propulsion. The city itself is held on top of several massive hemispheres, with each hemisphere making up a separate zone, connected by a mixture of tunnels and bridges. Each of these hemispheres are lifted into the air through a combination of large balloons which sit at the outer edges, giant propellers, and magically powered thrusters, both of which sit at the base of the hemisphere. Each hemisphere has enough lift to keep itself aloft, however, each hemisphere is organized to work in unison with the rest of the city. Each hemisphere is typically dedicated to a specific city zone. These include Opalis Skyport, the primary method of mass trade and transportation to and from the capital, the industrial zone around the port, the middle income class residential zones, the upper class income residential zones, the arcane art zone, the city guard military zone, and the central senate zone. This zone also provides housing to visiting diplomats and royals. The Opalis residents are primarily made up of middle-income citizens and foreigners, some of whom bring their workers to live with them within paid accommodations as needed, depending on their profession. These groups also include Opalis soldier citizenry, who act as part of the professional city guard, providing both police and defense services to the entire city, local and foreign tradesmen buying and selling wares, workers and artisans working within the industrial zone, citizen families and permanent foreign residents living within the middle-income suburban zone. The upper income zone is home to only the richest citizens and denizens of Opalis. Merchant dynasties, famous celebrities, political families, and retired heroes all make their homes in large manors upon the top of this hemisphere. The streets and homes are typical examples of opulent splendor and to some extravagance. Opalis magic users typically remain within their own dedicated zone, where any alchemical or magical accidents may be mitigated and reduced through the use of magical barriers, though they tend to keep their magic isolated within their own zone as an unspoken rule. They will happily travel out to different zones for business, and have those from other zones enter their zone for business in turn. Each magic practitioner's property tends to reflect their approach to magic, whether it be highborn sorcery towers or blossoming trees of a druid's home. The zone is always abuzz with the arcane. The Capital Guard Zone is a dedicated garrison for the small professional force of the Guard. It is fortified with large outer walls, smaller garrison around the streets, a central keep for the Guard captain and the protection of VIPs in the event of attack, a prison for detaining criminals, storehouses to arm the entire citizen guard and supplies to last in the event of a siege, barracks for the guardsmen's use on duty, stables for the use of police, cavalry, and carriages for security escort, siege engine yards for the storage of war machines should the nation ever go to war. In the event of severe attack against Opalis, the Guard Zone is designated to be an autonomous flying fortress that can withstand several days' siege as well as travel away from danger if necessary. The Central Hemisphere, which sits at the city center, is the Senate Zone. This zone is dedicated to housing and the protection of the Opalis Senate and the Senate compound, including the housing of senators' families as well as the forum where the Senate debates. This zone also houses visiting diplomatic mission and royal families visiting Opalis. As such, the Senate Zone maintains its own small Griffin Guard, which remains separate from the Capital Guard. The Griffin Guard are the most elite force within the nation's military, consisting of a small unit of elite Griffin riding soldiers whose mission is the defense of the nation, the Senate, and any royal guests of the Senate. Their mounts are fierce and aggressive to all but their riders, whom they have a mutual respect for. Though their duties primarily focus on the protection of the Senate, they may be deployed to battle at the call of a consul. Members of the Griffin Guard are typically made up of a combination of veteran soldiers from the Capital Guard and members of noble families with ties to the Senate. All aspirants wishing to join the ranks of the Griffin Guard must first become a squire in the service of the Griffin Guard. This serves as a period of training for the squire prior to their final test.
One moment, Dave. I just want to say, Ellie, thank you so much for actually, following me in the end. Well, Ellie O'Malley, yeah, thank you so much for following me in the end. I hope you actually enjoy your stay here. Today we're actually be doing, a monster waifu, if you will. And this time we have, we are currently doing a werewolf waifu of sorts. Oof.
Hey.
And I'm going a little bit against the grain, and well, I'm gonna be drawing a bit of a chubby werewolf waifu, if you will, soft moe, chubby werewolf waifu. Because why not? But I'm also a little bit scared that it might summon the horde.
I think you'll be fine.
And as for your question, Phantome, given I didn't notice it there, the horde I'm talking about is, well, furries. Oh goodness! Thank you so very much! Thank you so much for subscribing! And wait.
We have multiple gifted subs.
I know! I'm actually surprised!
Thank you very much for your generosity, Ellie.
Oh my goodness, at this point, I think maybe, just maybe, my goal will be filled? Does people really want me to suffer that much? Chance! You subbed!
You okay?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Lord in heaven.
I think you broke her.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much for the cheer. Okay, there really is something wrong because I'm not seeing any of the bits barrage. I seriously need
I saw bits going flying from like left to right for a second.
That may be true, but I don't see any. Which is weird. Usually the Bits Barrage. I think I may have done something wrong when it comes to the Bits Barrage. I don't know.
We'll figure it out in time. Don't worry about it too much.
Let me look at chat. My Immortal, you say? Yes, that's kind of the goal over there. If I were to reach about 20 subs, I will read My Immortal, the infamous Harry Potter fanfic in my Twitch server. And if I were able to meet that goal in time, well, I'll just be extremely masochistic enough and read that on my birthday, which is on October 29th, next week Saturday. Oh god, what the fuck have I done? Oh god, what the fuck?
Hey, cat.
You said the F word and one arrived.
No, it's just that I just came to a realization.
But yes, in all seriousness, the bit did drop into the cup.
The bit did cup into the cup, but I'm not seeing myself being barraged by countless bits.
I think it's gotta be a bunch of separate sins at once.
Boo.
Alright. I will just finish off this last sentence here of this summary of
No!
what
Get
I
to
call
me,
it.
no!
So the last sentence reads, the final test to join the ranks of the Griffin Guard is for the squire to travel alone into Opalus's mountains and tame a wild griffin. Few attempt this near-suicidal quest. Fewer succeed.
Thanks for the bits with short views. I really I really appreciate it. Which is that is weird. I think I must have really I really must have screwed up somewhere down the line, because I managed to make the channel points work when it comes to the Twitch throwing system, but for the bits though, I seriously need to figure something. Well, I think I may have to recalibrate and figure that out another time, because I have a feeling that once that is finally figured out, it'll be a shame if someone got you 10 more subs. Oh no. Oh god, no. Ellie, no, please. Mercy, Ellie! Please have mercy! But yeah, Kat, can I ask for your honest opinion? Would this be enough to summon the Horde?
I don't think so, not yet. Once you get the lines, maybe.
Oh no! Oh god! Ellie, what are you doing? Ellie, what are you doing? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, not the cup's getting filled! Wait, Ellie, have mercy! Oh
In
no.
all seriousness, Ellie, thank you so much for your generosity.
Oh my! Thank you so much for the generosity. Oh no, I'm gonna suffer by my birthday. Oh no. Oh my god. Ow! Stop! Meryl, why? What did I do? A pillow to make sure you don't. Ow! Stop! Ellie! Ow! Stop! Why? What did I do? No,
My
please!
question right now be like,
Oh my Santa Maria, is this, am I seeing this? Oh my god, there's only one left. Ha! Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Please. No. Mercy! I'm begging you! Is this gonna be my fate? Am I just suffer my birthday? Am I just... Ow! The death! Retro body! Stop!
You still with us?
Yeah. One more
Oh,
gift. One more gift. Ellie, what are you doing? There's only one more gift, and then that cup is filled. Oh no! Just one more
Ooh, it
sub.
seems you have a new subscriber.
Just one. I think Ellie is just gifting everyone the subs around here. I don't know how to properly feel about that. I mean, I'm just trying to draw a monster waifu, you guys. I'm trying to draw a chubby werewolf waifu. I mean, sure, I made that goal so you guys can actually. Oh my.
Bingo.
Oh no. It's met. The goal is met.
Oh, and now they subscribe themselves.
I'm gonna celebrate my birthday, but oh, I wish I had a
I guess you got breathed in my immortal now.
I'm dead inside. But thank you so very much for the goal. I just made that goal so I could actually say, you know what, why not? What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Oh my god. I guess by that we're finally gonna, we finally got to unlock a new emote. Nui, dear, would you like me to help you? Help me with that. Make it hurt so bad. The universe hurt and you called Murphy. Oh, funny when you mentioned that. No, I'm not gonna say that. No, okay, carry on. Okay. Okay. Waifu time. It's waifu time. We gotta go back to the waifu. We gotta go back to the waifu chat. Oh my god. This is gonna be the most painful birthday gift I'm doing to myself. This is the earth. Am I gonna die? See you at D&D. Wait. Oh no.
Mickey, what are you telling me?
I think
What do
I
you need to
know.
tell me?
Ellie is my party mate. Ah! I'm gonna die on my birthday with cringe. But the goal is met. The bed is made. I'm gonna have to lie in it and read. Oh no.
Anyway, I will be right back. I'm gonna grab something to hydrate.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about this, chat, but I really am thankful that the goal is met, and I'm a woman of my word, and I will keep to my promise. We love you, Mickey. Retro. Alright, now it's time to make her moe. How to turn this werewolf into a moe blob. I don't think I actually got my answer, but, Catman, do you think this will be enough to summon the horde?
Not just yet, no.
I mean, let me show you the full profile so far. I mean, I'm gonna make her a little bit on the chubby side. I gotta make her a little bit bigger in some areas, but yeah, a soft, werewolf waifu, if you will.
I don't think you have to worry about really drawing out them unless you did this a whole lot more often. But
You
believe
know,
me, you will know when they arrive.
you know what? Fair point. Very fair point.
Like, I think this is the first time you've actually done a character like this since that ancient series of commissions like a decade ago.
Oh.
So,
Yep. She deserves all the head pats. I guess that's another thing I should also actually add into the list, the ever-growing, expanding list of rewards for you guys. A head pat channel points redeem system. I don't know. Because I finally figured out a way you can guys actually bully slash reward me with the pillows. The wolf is cute. I could care less, chubby or not. It's what's the inside of the heart that counts. Fair enough. Would it be cuter if I give her glasses?
Glasses can be cute. It's just a matter of how you use them.
Glasses are always cute, and glasses, yes, please, says Beryl and Fatime. Alright, glasses it is then. But I wonder, shall I give her... I know I gave a character of mine rectangle glasses. Shall I give her round ones?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know where... I'm still reeling from earlier today, though. Oh, this is going to be the most painful birthday I'm going to be doing for you guys, but I'm a woman of my word.
I reckon you'll pull through, even if you strain a few muscles from the cringing.
More like I'm gonna flop on the ground Yamcha style by the end of the stream.
this is gonna be painful.
But I will deliver, because in the words of Tyrion Lannister back in the good days of Game of Thrones, a Lannister keep his debt. A Lannister pays his debts, and it's a good quote I still carry to this day. But I really should get back into watching Game of Thrones. It's been I've only watched up to 2 seasons.
Would you be shocked to learn that I have not watched a single episode of Game of Thrones?
Never ever?
Never ever. Like, this is one that I had known about. It's also been massively popular in South Africa. But I've been averse to like mainstream TV series for a long time. It's taken me ages to even get into Netflix, etc.
Huh. I only watched one episode of Game of Thrones. Never got invested. Fair enough, I suppose. It's not for everyone. I mean, I once upon a time watched Game of Thrones thanks to my ex, but we only watched up to 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons, I mean. And all I can ever say is that Khal Drogo will always find a special place in my heart. Because why not? I wonder, should I give her long hair or short hair?
Long, absolutely.
Yeah, if you're going for the wolf style, you probably want the long hair.
Either, but a long ass mane would be nice. Let me try drawing her bangs first, and then we can carry our way there. Glasses and long hair, maybe a little curly as well. A curly-haired werewolf. That's something I wouldn't mind getting for a little old Flannery here. I kind of want to envision it that it looks a little bit curly, not only curly but also big too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, that's a big ass Google link.
That is, I'm assuming, that's a Google image search.
Oh, so that's a long-maned wolf.
The wolf with orange fur, no less. That's interesting.
So make her like Velma. A werewolf Velma for a werewolf is something I did not imagine we were making today, chat.
Too insecure saving to be a Velma, honestly.
I have a feeling this will attract a lot of people. Like, well, flies to one of those electric lanterns you held outside of the night. We're just trying to wing I'm just trying to wing with what I got, chat. Okay. I guess that looks good. Let's see. Okay, let me look at chat so far. Flies to honey? Not exactly, Danny Lockhart. I'm talking about that. There's this thing that I remember growing up that whenever it comes to taking care of the pesky flies that come out at night, or mosquitoes, if you will, either way, some people will actually try hanging up specialized lanterns that it attracts the insects going in there, and it just instantly zaps them dead if they got too close.
Ah, yeah, electric fly traps.
Mm-hmm. Back in the Philippines, in the rural areas, when to take care of the mosquito population that's been growing over there, my relatives will instead rely on the on mosquito coils, if you will. Basically, they take those green coils and then they set them in a specific area of the house, mainly the bedrooms or guest rooms, and they light the end of it just so that way it'll start burning through it slowly like an incense, and the smoke will repel the bugs away. It's cheap, it's efficient, and it helps keep people sleep well at night. Well, 70%. Yes, Barry, you got yourself a gifted sub by one of our viewers here called Ellie, and well, I'm in for a painful I am in for a painful birthday, because I made a promise that if I were to reach 20 subs for my streams, I will be reading My Immortal for the next cringe fiction topic, and I will start it off on my birthday, if you will, which takes place on next Saturday from rather than this week's Saturday. Because my birthday is on October 29th, if you will. This is going to be one painful birthday gift. Okay, what do you think she looks like? What do you think? How do you think she looks so far, Chad? I think she looks pretty cute.
Yeah, she's looking pretty cute to me.
I have a feeling that there's gonna be some people out there who, well, say that I'm gonna host the next Date This OC run again after I finally settled the prizes for the previous winners for this year's Date This OC. I have a feeling that there's some people who are actually gonna go really. I have the strongest feeling in my gut that the spider waifu is gonna be the fastest to be bid out for sure. And I think she's also going to be the second to be bid away you know. Just say it. I think I know what you're going to say. And what's that, Bearwald? See, earlier this year, in order to help a bit on, in order to raise a little bit of fund and also run a good experiment, as well as give me a little bit of funding money to help support the Red Cross for Ukraine, I did a bit of an auction earlier this year that's called Date This OC, where basically I showcase which girls are going to be I showcase which girls are going to be which are going to be up for grabs for me to draw out their characters with them in a dating scenario. And it took it took a little bit of a while, but it turns into a successful run, if you will. Okay. Oh no. There we go. I kind of screwed up there for a moment. Gonna make some noodles. Okay, that's good. Munching on wild berry Skittles right now. Oh, I want some Skittles. Oh, I wanna. But if I would have the sour candy Skittles. If you would, I don't know. I don't know which one will be much more fitting for me. Some wild berry Skittles or some I don't know which one is going to be my favorite for in terms of Skittles, the sour ones or the wild berry ones. And I think the best way I could say is yes, because believe it or not, I really do like sour candy, if you will. I may not look like it, but yeah, I really do like sour candy. Okay, now let's design her outfit. I think one thing that comes to mind is that one type of schoolgirl outfit that is like the sweater vest, then the sweater along with the polo shirt, and then the skirt. Yep, that's yep, wrong layer. Miki tends to flub a bit when she tries to draw, when she tries to draw.
And that's the first thing on the politics done.
Oh, is it regarding to the story building?
Yeah, lore building for Arapolis. Or Emeraldus in this case.
I think I may have kind of flubbed up a little bit there because Opolis is the name of the continent and the state, the continent and the state of the land. I mean the land, if you will.
Opolis is the name of a continent, you said.
Yep.
Oof. Well, nothing in Control F. Control replace configs. Just let me know if you.
Should I make her skirt? Should I make her skirt tattered? Because we are talking about a werewolf that is right here.
Yeah, you make a good point. If she has transformed, a bit of wear and tear on her clothing from the transformation would be a nice touch.
We got a cultured one here, says Danny. Oh, you really do like the Emperor's New Groove. Okay. Oh, Sour Patch Kids is definitely one of my favorites when it comes to sour candies. And I think I may have talked about this a few earlier, but in case if some people forgot. Steve, I kind of learned the hard way that when it comes to consuming sour candy and the like, it becomes a bit of a no zone when it comes to kissing with Steve, because there was a time that I actually ate a good portion of sour candy, and well, I don't know what happened between me and Steve that we got to that point, but we ended up kissing. But the moment that happened, Steve's face just crumpled very badly inwardly because he tasted the sour candy that was in my mouth, and well, the poor man suffered. I really regret it. And I couldn't help but feel both concerned, but also couldn't help but laugh at his situation. Let's see, tartan skirt or sweater and stockings. I'd say sweater and stockings for this one. I don't know how I'm gonna make. I think I'll make her that the stockings end somewhere right there for her, because when are shoes needed at that point?
I mean, assuming you want to give her shoes, the problem with shoes is that would hide the poor light feet.
I think I'll make her stockings something like that. So that way, her, because I have a feeling her pads are the pads of her feet are gonna be really thick enough for her to walk around whatever terrain that she goes through. But I know that that last week when we tried touching upon the Chad Tengu, I can't help but kind of wonder that wonder that instead of like a fighting game that is between yokais, we would still have like a bit of a dating sim game that is where you date the characters that where you can try to date the characters that I design or something. I don't know.
Surprised that didn't cross your mind earlier.
Well, to be honest, I actually thought of that idea long ago. It's just that drawing this now, it brought me back that idea that came to mind. And I was thinking of going for a little bit of the Harvest Moon vibes, that you're basically moving to this new town, and by moving into this new town, I mean like you somehow fell into a well that transports you into a world of monsters by accident, and in order to help make things make things easier for your situation, you can get to live into the new land until you reach a certain point where you can actually go back into the human world. And while you're there living into the new land and working as you go, basically Harvest Moon, you can also get to interact with the townsfolk there, and among them is the marriageable, dateable candidates. And I have a feeling that aside from the Tengu and Jorogumo that I designed, I think she can also be a marriageable candidate that you can actually try to romance into the town. Let's make her thicker, because I know that there's some guys out there who wants I know there are chubby chasers out there, and I seriously need to learn how to draw more in terms of the body types. But how tall do you guys, would you guys think she might be? What do you think her height should be, though? Because I think of her as something in the lines of 5'3", if you will, or go on the opposite side and make her a little bit taller instead.
Well, if you're gonna go with a werewolf transformation, typically taller. I'm not sure. What's your thoughts, Cat? Cat appears to be AFK.
Give him time. Alright, let's turn off the sketch and work on our final details. I think we'll just make her 6 foot, if you would.
That'll work.
Mm-hmm. Ah, so leg sleeves, fair enough. Yep. It's the only way to help make the stockings work for her. But I'm still gonna draw in holes where, well, where her feet should be. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. I think I should do that.
Hey, listen.
I'm working on it. Okay, let me do a stretch right now. That is loads better. Teapot is gonna explode. Alright, now let's see. The muzzle looks pretty okay. I think. Now let's go fix up her eyes. Make sure they're right. Muzzles are always sort of difficult. Yeah, they can be, especially coming from me, who is actually, you know, still trying to learn how to draw other. I think when it comes to my, I'm gonna confess that my one weakness is drawing animals and hands and, well, feet and backgrounds. I'm usually draw and mechas too. It's one of the reasons why I have a terms of service agreements when it comes to people commissioning me. Okay. Should I make her bust bigger? I think I'm gonna make her bust bigger.
See. Alrighty.
There we go. Oh, dang it. That way people have themselves a chubby waifu that has a good proportions in good areas, I think. I don't know. Do you think she looks chubby enough, or should I just make her a little bit bigger? Maybe I'll make her hair a little bit more poofy up there. She kind of reminds me a little bit of a werewolf version of Rose Quartz. Now I think about it.
Hmm.
Oh well, I'll just carry on with what I got. Alright, let's make glasses. We're almost done with the sketching phase, so that way we can finally get to work with the inking phase. I think Flannery really does seem to fit her now that the more I see her. There we go. Now that's a cute werewolf. Now that's a cute chubby, that's a cute moya chubby werewolf. Let's save this for now because Miki realized she didn't save. Now, I came to realize something. Now that we've reached this far, we've managed to make ourselves a spider waifu. We've made a spider tengu. I mean, not spider tengu. Why do I keep going back to that? Okay.
What is with you and spiders?
I don't know. I blame Cedric. He's the one who planted that.
Spider Tingu, Spider Tingu.
Now, stop it. Don't make me put you in the cup, Dave. I mean it. But let's see, we've made a spider waifu, we've made a tengu husbando, and now we are currently working on a werewolf waifu. What's our last monster going to be as a spider husbando? I mean, nuts! Halloween husbando!
You're not doing your comedy fairy.
Stop! Don't you dare clip that.
That's not even my fault, okay?
Okay. I guess I can work with what I can. This is the month of the spiders. No! This is not my birthday month!
I mean, I can play Spider-Man in the background if you really want.
Alright. Time for me to do sketching. I mean, the inking phase. But yeah, what would our final monster husbando would be? Cause we did spider, we did tengu, we're doing a werewolf. What's our final choice going to be? Chat? What do you guys suggest?
You don't want to ask me. I'm just gonna come up with more animals. I have a very shallow pool of quick ideas. I did have one, but it'd probably be difficult as bonding material.
Difficult? How?
Like, picture this in your head for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
EDM musician skeleton.
No.
Alright, so I do have an odd one that just popped into my head. What about trying a Jinn husbando, as in a genie?
Oh. A genie husbando. That's not a bad idea.
You
What?
have never had a friend like me.
Lockhart, don't give people ideas.
Wait. Be careful. You might be you might get a commission for the not safe word for the werewolf waifu.
I think
no.
that one might be in the T's and C's regarding that.
Will Smith or Robin Williams? Oh, you know that's a very easy answer. Robin Williams. I'm sorry,
Amen.
but I'm a classic. I grew up with Disney movies, and that's a classic for me, and you can't take that away from me.
Yeah, as a 90s kids, that's the originals are gold.
Mm-hmm. You know, I wonder if there's another universe out there where they're actually pumping out new movies instead of relying on creating live actions.
Maybe in a couple more decades when they've completely milked that.
Okay, let's look into the chat for suggestions. Thunderbird / Rock Husbando might end up being redundant with the Tengu. Kelpie as in a wet horse boy. I feel like the Thunderbird or Rock would make a good waifu figure though, especially if looking to turn into a dating sim. Manticore Husbando. Dude, I don't know if I don't think I got the strength.
Or is a heck of an idea, though.
It is a hell of
You mentioned a rock, right? That's a giant bird of prey, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I have a whole bunch of those, but you know.
Godzilla?
Kaiju Husbando, that would be interesting.
I can't, otherwise he will not fit.
Oh no.
Vampire Husbando. Oh yeah, that's also another classic. Alright, I'm writing
That's
this all
also true.
down. Vampire, Manticore,
Mickey literally being like, write that down, write that down.
yeah.
I actually just thought of something based on some OSP videos I saw a while back. Apparently, the original Frankenstein was actually supposed to look pretty damn good.
Frankenstein monster. Yeah. Oh yeah. Steve also shot me that idea too. Okay.
Yeah, the original
Nice.
Adam was apparently supposed to be like supernaturally good looking, and it's part of what made it so terrifying.
All right. I'm creating a new poll. So wait, in that logic, I guess you basically mean that Frankenstein created the perfect husbando sans the eyes.
Yeah, and then he freaked out and tried to kill it because he's a terrible parent.
I'm creating a poll now as we speak. Okay.
Let's see.
Oh god damn it. Okay. Vampire. Frankenstein. Manticore. Genie. Kelpie. Okay guys, I hope you're prepared. Here comes the next poll. Alright, and the poll is made. Make your votes right now.
So far, it looks like it's Frankenstein to win.
Oh my lord.
Oh, it's now tied.
Oh no.
We're about halfway through. We still have a chance for a tiebreaker.
If it is going to be a tiebreaker, I'm going to have to make a new poll again so that way people can actually vote for who will be the finals, if you will.
We're about 10% left. Any tiebreakers? And that's all she wrote. A tie between Kelpie and Frankenstein. Time for the next vote.
Alright guys, making a new poll right now. Finals. I think it's. I have a feeling that this is gonna be one interesting poll. Okay. It's the Frankenstein and the Kelpie, right?
Correct.
All right. Okay, creating a new poll right now. I really like how I'm giving the viewers a chance to actually help out in the process.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's a
finally,
nice touch.
I finally understood why Melissa now actually has that kind of feature when it comes to creating D&D characters.
It's nice interaction, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Alright. Voting is almost over. So let me see.
That's a lot of votes for Frank.
Oh, wow. Alright. A Frankenstein husbando it is then. Okay, chat. I can't wait to make the next husbando. That'll be for next week's drawing. I mean, next week's art stream. Scale down the width of those
Dragon could probably have been another good one, but those aren't really monsters, are they?
a what?
Dragons.
Dragons? Maybe so. I'm still trying to draw when it comes to dragons pretty well. The closest thing I could ever try doing well is me trying to draw out my character that is for Dungeons and Dragons, and she's my upcoming Dragonborn that I managed to show about last time.
Oh yeah. Admittedly, the first thing that came to mind was what was it? What's it called? Human dragon blood sorcerer. You know the one I'm thinking of.
Your one. Let's see here. Let's see. We're not naming the Frankenstein's monster Frankie, are we? What's the name? What's the theme for the name? Well, Bearwood, just like what Catman says, the original monster took the name Adam for himself, so that's a starter. And Dragon D's nuts. No, Phantom May, no! Dude!
Got him.
No! My chat, ladies and gentlemen, my chat. Also, why is one of the people?
To be fair, you can't say made it as a Twitch streamer until you've been got at least once.
You know what? That's fair.
I mean, I haven't been got yet, but I never get an audience.
I'm sure you'll reach that point. But Bearwood, if you really are interested in picking a name for on fishing for names for the Frankenstein monster, you feel free to give it a try if you like. And don't forget to save those names too, so that way we can run them into the next poll.
It's making me cringe.
Well, Danny Lockhart just died. I forgot I also have that I forgot I also added in that new notification for the channel points. hydrate. I'm gonna definitely take the. Ow! Damn! What the fuck? Damn it! Stop! What did I do? I guess this is. I guess watching these people now. I guess watching my stream now is giving everyone more excuse to collect the feathers, so that way they can actually. What did I do? Okay. I really am hoping that tomorrow is going to be a little bit easier for me when it comes to streaming. Because,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because, back on Sunday, I don't know why it was a thing, but Twitch didn't seem to like me at all when it comes to streaming. That, when I look back into the previous VOD, some areas are so laggy, it's to a point that it's very unwatchable at times. And I was really looking forward to playing more of Left 4 Dead 2 for the stream Twitch.
Yeah, that was frustrating.
I mean, it was working fine last time, I think.
Yeah, from my understanding is I don't think that the issue was on your end. I think it was more a Twitch problem.
Is there any way I can actually try to fix that for tomorrow's stream? I mean, tomorrow we're going to be playing more of Left 4 Dead 2.
From the little I've understood is that it's related to a bitrate issue, and apparently something about Twitch maxing out the bitrate regardless of your settings.
That's a thing?
I'm not sure, but that's how it was explained to me.
Aren't you gonna be the cutest little werewolf that's gracing into my canvas? Let's see. I'll admit, I'm not inspired for Frankie. That's fair enough. Let's see. For the names we're gonna keeping are Adam, Alexander, or Gomez. What did I almost read that as gnomes. What is wrong with me?
If you didn't mind an incredibly dated reference, there's also Herman.
That's a name? Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember hearing that name before on some old movies.
I do as well, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about where.
Is it that bad?
Yes, it is that bad.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain when it comes to that name? When it comes to that?
Historical war crimes out of 10.
Oh no.
He's that bad?
The name Herman specifically, yes.
Oh, just the name.
I can't help but think back in that one quote that is from Android 16 when you put it that way. Well, from Lythero I meant. Now, does it
Oh, yeah?
trigger? Now, does it trigger you to have 2 Gokus into your team? Yes, I am in immense pain at all times. I need to find that clip so that way I can actually share it to you. Okay, time to make her super fluffy, curly hair. Because most werewolves will always have, like themselves, the, shaggy, edgy, edgy-ish, like, hair. But not Flan. Not good old Flannery. She's gonna have, like, a super poofy, curly hair.
I thought it was gonna be she.
Oh, honey! Hi!
Hello, Steve.
Hey.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm about halfway home.
Honey?
You sound exhausted, mate.
Yeah, oh, you really need to get yourself some rest, babe.
I do, but I'm not gonna get it once I'm home.
Well, why not?
You know why.
What? Oh. Oh, no.
Lamau.
Oh no. Oh. Well, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut then. I'm gonna keep...
That's probably for the best.
Other than that, you kind of missed me out on, well, me losing my absolute shit, if you will.
Did Melissa raid you again?
No, you know Ellie, as in our party mate Roki, right?
Yes.
Well, she graced my inn earlier, and she managed to actually help fill up she managed to fill up the goal, the little sub goal that I made just there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That
It was
means
glorious.
that means later down the line, next week on my birthday, I'm gonna be reading My Immortal into the paper plate inn. I'm gonna suffer.
It's good to know there are some fanfics that even you can't help but just go, ick.
I'm gonna.
Usually this shit is your breath and butter.
That may be true, but even I have limits, babe. Even I have limits. Let me see. Hey Mika, are you familiar with Monster Rancher series? Oh man, Monster Rancher. I only am familiar with the anime series that came out back in the day, and I actually like it. I really do. I wouldn't mind actually watching that again. In this time either in the sub, or I don't know who did the dub though.
The name sounds familiar, but for some reason I was thinking of the Slime Rancher game first, which I know is not the same thing.
Same, really, but instead of me with Monster Rancher, I think it's Fighting Foodons, I think?
I'm sorry, babe. What was that name of that game? What did you just say?
Fighting Foodons? Fighting Foodons, I think? This was ages ago.
For a minute there, I thought you were talking about something else. Something that what I thought is what I thought. You know.
I just remember like this guy turns like food dishes and stuff into like monsters and fighters and stuff. Like one guy is just has fried rice for a head in the normal human body, and it's weird.
Yeah, what I was talking about is just a child's game called Slime Rancher, which seems pretty popular on Twitch at the moment.
I guess it's right.
Hmm?
Oh, you're saying?
It's probably because the sequel came out recently.
Yeah, that's true. And overall, the gameplay is pretty well. It's Twitch friendly. It seems like it's quite compelling as well.
I'm currently drawing a werewolf waifu. And this werewolf waifu, I have a feeling that she's gonna be as just as popular as the spider waifu, if you will.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Similar reasons, or for something different?
Similar, but it's also with its own reasons.
Well, I'm on the road, so I can't look at the Twitch right now.
Well, at least have a safe drive home, okay?
I'm trying. About 10 minutes out, I think.
But yeah, we also ran into a bit of a poll earlier, and the Frankenstein husbando is going to be the next and last thing to do for for the Halloween monster lineup.
Of course.
And I'm
You
debating
just-
whether or not should I make this make this Frankenstein husbando a Chad or. Because the Tango husbando is a Chad.
He is indeed Brick.
Mm-hmm.
If you were honest to God looking to make this a dating sim, then you could also go the complete opposite direction and make him a slinky.
Nah, I have something else in mind for that.
Oh, so you do have plans for that sort of thing then?
I mean, when it comes to designing the dateable characters, one of them is going to be a Cyclops waifu. And let's
That would be
see,
interesting.
a Cyclops waifu and a skeleton girl waifu. Then again, I'm not sure if I should even go through that.
Skeleton.
Yep.
A little difficult to draw.
Not if they're wearing Lolita dresses.
Yeah, true. Then you only have to do a skull.
Let me see. They ported Monster Rancher 1 and 2 to the Switch, and a new Monster Rancher game is coming to the Switch. It's called Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher. It's a crossover of Monster Rancher and Ultraman. Oh, that's not so bad. Classics to finish the month. Werewolf and Frankenstein's Monster. Indeed. But I wonder, what kind of waifu slash husbandos would you like to see as manageable candidates in this hypothetical monster dating sim game, if you will, where it's basically Monster Harvest Moon. Monster Moon.
Still on.
What?
I'm still on board for like a Thunderbird or Rock Lady, but again, I'm biased because, you know, I have one. Yeah, hold on. Let me DM this to you and Sherman, I think.
Sure
Maybe
thing.
you can send it to Steve too if he wants to see it.
Okay.
All right.
Couldn't see it even if right now. But
Well, you know,
I'm
later.
on the road. Yeah,
Where
later.
was Sherman on my DM list? Here it is.
I'm about 5 minutes out, so I'm going to go ahead and take off.
All right.
I'll see y'all soon, especially you, honey.
Oh no.
Be
Okay.
prepared. That's all I'm going to say. Bye!
Bye. I don't think I'm actually
Oh, you
done
missed
with
it.
this.
Oops.
A mummy.
Yeah, you should be able to just click on my profile pic in the
Yeah,
chat.
I found it. Well, yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but remember this character that I put up in like the art channels long ago? I probably didn't have to bracket the link, but you know. Yeah, this character's secretly a gigantic fucking bird.
Let me take a look at this. I don't know where are those? Okay. Oh, okay. That okay. Oh, that one. Okay. Let's see. A mummy mommy. I feel like that would fit in a dating sim. I think I would see that more as an NPC that could actually help you out with the groceries. But
Oh, maybe she runs the town.
But maybe it'll be like one of those secret marriageable candidates that you can only unlock unlock their route if you complete certain task or bunch in the game.
Secret unlisted route that you have to find by like clicking background elements that nobody's gonna think about.
Or fulfilling certain criteria in order to unlock the secret marriageable candidate. I mean, the secret routes for marriageable candidates.
Depending on the age rating, it might also involve clicking certain foreground elements.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Of course you would.
For that matter, that kind of thing could lead you to a bad end, honestly. Watch how handsy you get. It might not end well.
I was thinking maybe in the leagues of interacting the world, something like you did with Harvest Moon and Rune Factory. Let me see for the chat. A girl's girl yandere. Ooh, Put a pin on that. Maybe, just maybe.
Jersey Devil Goth Boy.
That's also another option.
But yeah, so you were thinking of a wander around type thing?
Like you wander around town you actually wander around town and you can actually either work on your little place that is like a farm, or you could actually work on jobs that could help you get you by into the land. I mean, get you by into the land before you can go back into the human world.
So you're thinking full on Stardew Valley then?
Yep.
You know how to make something like that?
I mean, it's a hypothetical. It doesn't have to be a full game on itself, but you know.
I don't know. I think I'm just like the kind of person who hears these kind of game concepts and such, and I'm just like, why couldn't this be real? I kind of want it to be real, just to see it happen.
Like your character is the one who goes into town that you haven't been to in a long time, and one of your friends decided to go explore an abandoned place, and there's a well over there. You decided to look into the well, but you accidentally fell in, and it turns out said well is actually a portal to the said monster world or something.
Oh, goody. Isekai.
And the only way to help kill time until the portal is finally connected to the human world as well, you get to kill. You have to kill time by working around the town or working around a small farm that actually is connected to your family, and then by then the portal will be ready by let's just say a year's worth of time, if you will.
I'm glad you clarified with the killing time statement.
But by
I
then,
kind of paused on killing it. I got very concerned.
But by then you can actually make the choice of either staying into the monster world or you could go back into the human world. Don't forget to
Question
have
is,
them.
who's top, who's bottom?
Oh.
Excuse me.
Over in your chat.
I'm also thinking going for the Stardew Valley route that make the marriageable candidates of it available for male and player characters. Like they can be interchangeable. You can actually play as a female character, and you can still romance some of the female options, and vice versa.
Yeah, I think the main thing there is just deciding which characters you want to have which sexualities, or whether you want to have it just be open for all.
Let's see. Could go for the succubus and incubus, classic succubus and incubus. They could be twins, and will be the popular kids. That also will make things work.
Ah, popular kids.
I just had a really silly idea myself for something like this.
Hmm?
Oh yeah.
Some posh vampire lady that uses a parasol to go around during the day, just to show off. I'm in extreme danger and I don't care.
So, like Rune Factory. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think
Listen.
yeah, something like that. Like that in Rune Factory. I think to help, I think also borrowing the same elements of Rune Factory, you can also take in one of the marriageable candidates with you when it comes to exploring into well, let's just say dungeons or sorts, and
Oh, like a buddy system.
they can actually help out, and they can actually help out when in terms of combat. Each marriage candidate has their own ways to actually help defend themselves.
Well, sounds kind of like a Persona situation now.
I mean, Rune Factory 3 actually does a similar system, and so does Rune Factory 5.
Oh no. Zombie Clash Clown.
A zombie oh no.
Sorry,
Casually
what?
detaches his own arm for the sake of sock puppets.
That would be like the Frankenstein husbando's little brother of sorts. I don't know.
Like Ben and Ed, but Ed is legitimately just a class clown rather than just a misunderstood zombie.
Wait, why is my pen fluctuating? Okay, so far she looks really cute. Like.
Still got me wanting to work on my Persona clone now.
Ugh. Or the skeleton
on
could
that
be a theater kid who always picks up as who was always picked up as a prop.
You were saying something, Sherman?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you how exactly Persona works, because I have not really had it explained to me properly, and the closest explanation to me was one time somebody referenced that Persona basically got the idea of personas as something akin to stands.
Yeah, that actually is sort of what they are for most people, but that's a very, very
simplistic.
shallow way to look at it.
Yeah, I figured as much. So, what's the differences, I guess?
I wouldn't know exactly because I haven't seen JoJo and all, but what I do know is that for most people, not the protagonist usually, the persona is a representation of your inner self, what you're really like as a person, or what you really want to be. And generally, they are named after some sort of mythological figure with a similar course of life.
So rather than your spirit in the literal spiritual sense, it's more like your personality given manifestation.
Just about. It's like your psychological shadow given form and directed
Rather
in
than
a
a
way that
spiritual
helps
one.
you. Yep. Well, more or less physical, but you get the idea.
So basically, you're fine until you meet a psychopath who has one.
Yeah, pretty much. That actually happens in the third game.
I figured as much.
I have been thinking of... Oh, you go.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
I have been thinking of playing myself playing Persona since, well, many people actually recommend me to give it a try. It's just that I don't know where to begin.
I
Yeah,
would
I know.
personally begin with the third game.
I know way back when I still was talking to Stelix, I know he was quite a big Persona fan.
The problem is actually cloning all that sort of stuff is just kind of complicated. Like, really, really complicated. So generally, when I refer to making a Persona clone, I'm just referring to, like, school during day, dungeon during night, that kind of thing.
Ah.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna go look in chat. Because, to be honest, I was close to try and romance the Wolfman Husbando. And, let's see. I never played Persona before, so that's rather interesting. Says Phantom A. Oh, fuck. Hi, honey.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works, Boxer, I think.
Hey, Shadow
Boxer's
Boxer,
that, I mean?
hi. Well,
It wasn't until the fifth game that the whole mask thing became quite literal, but
Oh,
yeah.
you're making her more like a Labrador rather than a true wolf.
it still has a werewolf elements in there.
like,
True.
he says that like there's a problem with
When
that.
I see this, I see more like were-hound than were-wolf.
Yeah. No, what are you doing?
Just making sure this one is exposed.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, give me a minute. Oh, okay. Oh, You didn't have to. Meanie, don't you dare cock your head one back.
But for something else.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to, my head, brain function again. Okay.
Or would you rather I make like that werewolf in your picture?
Don't do fucking it! Don't do fucking.
You say that.
Okay. Give me a minute. Jesus H Christ.
You all good?
Hey, put the blinds up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. It's just that,
I'm teasing you or something fierce.
Meanie.
You dislike?
Stop! Wait! What? Werewolf? Why?
Do you dislike it?
No! You know what? Guys, I'm gonna be right back. I think I'm gonna give myself a bit of a 15-minute break. Would that be okay? Is everyone okay with that? A 15-minute break?
Should
Okay,
be
so
doable.
okay, what time is it right now? Right. Let's see.
5:25 past.
It's almost 5:30 for you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna switch on my snaz. So, okay, that did not, that did not look okay. Now that's, okay. There we go. 15 minutes. All right, I'll be right back in 15 minutes, okay?
Sure to mute
Gotcha.
yourself, hon.
What?
Be sure to mute yourself.
Okay. And muting. Alright, we're now back! Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry, Steve and I just decided to have a bit of a talk when it comes to our place. It's a bit serious, so where the dingbat did I put my glove? Ah, crap baskets. Okay. No, of course not, Danny Lockhart. What are you talking about? Okay. Hey there, Great Pigman. Welcome back into the inn. Alright. We're gonna try to get back to where we left off. How long have we been streaming, though? That's the part, Oh, I'm in AFK in the inn. Okay. I'm gonna fix that real quick. Alright, I'm now back in. I'm now live.
Yeah. Sorry, just had to drag you out from the AFK channel.
No, it's fine. But thank you for actually reminding me.
Alright.
Okay. We're gonna try to see if we can actually get her skirt done. And I think maybe we can try actually doing some colors for her before calling it a night.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I've been streaming for about 2 hours and 15 now. What sort of colors do I have to... What sort of colors, though, for her? That's actually a good question. What sort of colors would I give for her base body? Maybe I'll just switch with something in the leagues of brown or... black or dark brown. Okay. I guess we can work with that.
Lighter browns are also a possibility.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's work on the folds for the skirt. Okay. Now it's time for me to work on her legs. I have a feeling that I'm gonna make, I wonder. Is that does that really draw you in, or is it just me? Having the tears like that, and a little bit of and a little bit of the fat spilling out from that.
Works for me.
Okay. She's got like her feet are a lot much bigger compared to her hands. And again, she is a werewolf.
That tends to be how these things go. For this leg structure in general, it's just kind of normal for the feet to be bigger than the hands.
And they need strong legs to actually help them carry themselves around in, well,
The
from
way,
area
you know,
A to
the
B.
curvature, yeah, the angle between the bones kind of requires it.
Although I can't help but wonder, if we do go with the logic that we bring the candidates out into the field and they also help out when it comes to fights, what do you say she might be specialized in, you know, given her appearance?
I would
Well-
say it would depend on two things. A, does magic exist? B, can more than witches use it?
That's a good question. Then to answer that, then yes, magic can exist. And there will be some creatures that do possess it.
Then I would say, considering I somehow doubt she's keen on mauling anybody, then something like that should probably be a good focus.
That's a good point.
Like her hind legs are the toughest part of her body in terms of combat or speed.
I think he means just making her a spellcaster.
Oh, that, okay.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, being a werewolf, she could absolutely maim somebody if she felt like it. But I doubt she ever does.
Mainly out of a lack of willingness.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like the type to be violent.
Agreed.
A healer, perhaps. White mage. I guess a white mage can fit her. Can be fitting in the bill. Oh, I can. In that way, in that case, either a healer or spellcaster. I could see her that she works into the town library of sorts.
Giving her the role of a healer would certainly be a nice way to buck the trend of tank werewolves. Or barbarian werewolves, I suppose, would be more apt.
I'm gonna Matt frackin' cheat. I'm gonna. Well,
Yeah,
they.
if the point of the character is to be the exact opposite of the usual trends of werewolves, making it so that she does not focus on damage at all would be a hell of a way to do that.
Also, it would give you a great excuse to have a healer with a lot of health.
God, yeah. They're always so soft.
They. I mean, their
Magic users are typically squishy. Time to fix that.
It's kind of like their constitution is made out of paper mache.
Sorry, what was that about my constitution?
It's like their constitution is made out of paper mache.
Oh no, I was making a joke implying that you were referring to my constitution.
Oh, that. Okay. My bad then. Okay. Time to put in those stockings. I think I may have a voice in line. Ow! Why? Werewolf! What did I do? What did I do? What's up? What? Huh? Why? I swear, I need to figure out a way to actually store all of these pillows, man. What? I don't know how I don't know how the patrons keep finding them, but I keep. Oh, of course you would do that, Barrel. Of course you would.
Clearly, there
mean,
is a
it is in
kiosk
there.
somewhere that magically generates the things, and it says, take one.
Alright, tail time. Time to draw me a swishy tail. With some hints of curls because to match the hair that she has currently. I think I can give her in the leagues. I don't know which one might fit her better. Chestnut brown hair or black hair for her.
Depends on the rest of the colors you're using. Brown goes better with browns.
Yeah. Transmutation wizard, interesting. Yeah, I also have a wizard concept in mind, except I'm going with homebrew school of reconstruction instead.
No?
Just responding to what Werewolf said in the chat earlier. He's going to make a transmutation wizard.
Oh. Well, Werewolf, not Beowulf. I mean, I haven't watched
Yeah.
Can I just say something? I have only seen the animated Beowulf movie once in my life. Just once. And it's a bootleg. And it's one of those bootleg DVDs, if you will.
Well, that's Stormblight's more than I've seen it, so. And yes, I have a terrible track record of seeing films.
We should really fix that. Because because I don't know about you guys, but I really do love movies, if you will. Well, maybe to a degree. Okay,
Depends, I guess.
let's make some final detail. Oh, I forgot her glasses.
Oh yeah, that's kind of important considering how long we went on about that.
I gave her a hair bow, but I forgot her glasses. Oops.
Yeah, I feel like movie in theaters was kind of wrecked for me because being autistic, being in a crowded cinema full of people was not a fun experience, so it kind of ruined it.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong, it's not that the movies were bad, it was that my experience was fundamentally ruined, unfortunately due to my condition.
okay, let's make them glasses. Oh, let me turn that thing off so that way I can actually see the glasses inks. Otherwise, I'll never know what it's like. Okay, that looks pretty cute. She is stupid cute.
Let's see, I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up.
Alright, let's take a look here. GG, Miko. GG. Wait, GG on what though?
Hey, listen.
Oh, yes, Raging Ronick. Okay. Oh my lord, she is stupid cute. I mean, look at this.
No.
Hey there, Regina Ronick. Hi there. Welcome into the inn. As you can see, we're currently in the middle of doing we're in the middle of doing the we just finished up doing the inks of the monster waifu for this round. I mean for Halloween month, and it looks like she's turning out pretty good. All right, now it's time. Now for the hard part. Colors. Okay, what do you guys say that we should go for? Brown or black?
Browns will give you more diversity of color, I think.
Alright, let's go and clean some areas up. Yeah, okay. When strange idea strikes, an illusion tiefling named Vini, which is based in envy, that turned to that school of magic as a way to get out of the bad situation because of drama. That actually sounds like a fun idea. All right, let's see what it looks like when we see our silhouette of our monster waifu right here. All right. What do you say? What do you guys say?
Thinking that base brown color will work. You'll just need, guess accenting it with lighter and darker shades and a few blacks would probably help.
Yes, her name is going to be Flannery. So cute little Flannery is... We're now in the middle of trying to figure out cute Flannery's colors. I'm not looking. Okay, let's see. What are her eyes? I really need to figure out her eyes. Let me try to brighten up her fur color and increase saturation of it.
You think a cream brown might work?
A cream brown?
Just a suggestion.
Like this?
Give it a sec, the stream's delayed a little bit. That looks about what I had in mind.
Flannery the werewolf works at the library as a part-time and studies white magic. Enjoys reading books to kids that comes every Saturday, and they always go for her for healing, even for minor scratches. Yeah, I can work with that. And I think I may have a voice in mind when it comes to Flannery.
Oh yeah?
Oh, you must be new around here. The mayor says that you need some help. What can I help you with today? My books, come see me anytime, alright? I'm actually happy to get to help, that I get to spend time with you.
Does anybody have that knockout bell sound?
Oh no!
Oh, dang it! You actually got me wanted to see this game now.
If I can bring her to life in some sort of in some sort of a dating game, at least I could see her as a bit of a shifter for D&D. I don't know.
Shifter.
Do it myself if I trusted myself to be able to work on anything.
But what do you guys think of that when it comes to Flannery's voice? Should I does that sound good enough that fits her, or?
I think we know Sherman approves.
Don't help me like that, bro.
Maybe I should go for something a little bit deeper for her hair. Why is it when I see the name Flannery, it makes me think of that person with that name that would wear a lot of flannel clothing? I think maybe so. Oh, I forgot her bit of tail. That's right here. So, what do you guys would rather prefer? Or the spider waifu, or the Kaori the spider waifu, or Flannery the werewolf waifu? There, I said it. Which one would you prefer?
Well, technically, spiders aren't insects, but I do have a phobia of insects, so...
Don't make me choose! Batame says don't make me choose! Werewolf! I mean, I could...
On my side, Flannery's the obvious choice, but then that's probably kind of predictable coming from me.
Yes, I was about to say,
Granted,
we
spiders are
very
capable of some
clear.
very interesting things, but still.
Why? Batame! They just socked me a pillow right in my face. Okay.
Yes, there is a time and place to be seeing Arachne, and as part of a dating sim, that is not the time.
I think I'll give her like blue eyes for Flan. For cute old Flan. I don't know how am I gonna draw lips with this dog. I mean wolf.
Then don't.
Okay, I may not. The pillow is Sutton. No, Reginara. No, it's not sus. Wait, what color of our nose should I give her? Okay, there. Not pitch black. Now then, should I color her tail like the same way as No, wait, I think I may have an idea.
Typical fur pattern probably match the main fur coat, but it might have similar patterns as well.
Could be color dip with her color on the end.
What?
But again, personal design bias.
Ah, man, my body is gonna kick my ass tomorrow.
Dude, you don't have to stay up this late.
I'm a moderator. I'm doing my duty.
Bruh, I really need more moderators. Alright, what should I give her Flatty's color? In terms for her sweater.
Probably something lighter. Reds, yellows, maybe. Maybe even a light blue. Or maybe a darker blue.
Hey, listen.
Werewolf just says, you can't do your job, tired.
Fucking watch me.
No!
Besides, technically this isn't my job.
Oh, that really pops. Oh.
In all seriousness, I'm an adult. I'm allowed to make my own mistakes.
So let's see, for Seiko, not Seiko, what the fuck? For Kaori, we got a voice that, I think I can go in the lines of something like, welcome to my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Oh, darling, your looks so ragged. Did you fall off my well or something? Yeah, let me help you over there. It seems to me that I need to have a closer look at the to get it right. Or when it comes to Flan, oh goodness, welcome into the library. I can help you. You seem to be a little bit lost. I can help you with any information you need. Too loud. That really caught me off gear. Hi there, guys, from Jay's from Jay's stream. Welcome into the paper plane in. We're in the middle of coloring our Monster Waifu for this month for the Monster Waifu and Husbando lineup, and we're in the middle of doing doing the colors for the Werewolf Waifu, if you will. We have a bunch of pillows to throw. Oh God, no! Phantom, don't give them that information. No, please, have mercy. Please have mercy. Okay, I can make this work. Ow! No! Why? What did I do? No! Don't, please, no, please, don't, do not! No! Stop! Don't, Jade! No! Pigman! Stop! I'm begging you! Please! Ah! Stop! No, don't throw the pillows, please! What has my life turned into? Okay, now for her stockings. I think it looks okay, but I think I might need to, I wanted to see what you did. What it did. Well, that's okay. Now you kind of know. We really need a head pet redeem for comforting Mickey after the pillow throwing. I think I can I'll try working with that. seriously need to work with that. But I do have a feeling that Flannery is going to be one of those soft waifus that you don't want to break your heart. That you don't that really makes you conflicted and breaking their heart, if you will.
What kind of actual monster would do that?
Well, the player. Because
Intentionally, I mean.
because I think it's kind of thanks to remembering that what Stardew Valley did when it comes to one of their bachelorettes. If you actually screw up with their oh, hey Mouse Girl, thank you for following me in the inn. Like if you really screwed up on picking the choice of that during their romance option, the character will not only will the bachelorette actually become very hurt, but you will lose a lot of progress when it comes to how far you try to romance the said character. And I think I will actually imply on that when it comes to Flannery, if you will, Flannery's romance option. I mean, when it comes to Flannery's choices, if you will. Ahoy, hoy. Hey there, Tycho Wolf. Welcome back into the inn. Okay. How do I color the inner? How do I color the inner fur though? Well, I mean the one inside of her ears.
Lighter color for sure.
All right. Oh no.
Or it can just match if you don't want to bother.
I just realized that Sherman left. Oh, he went to bed. Oh. Oh well.
Yeah, because he finally came to his senses and decided maybe it's best not to stay up into the early morning.
I think so. I mean, it's like 1:14 over there in the morning. Hey there, Foofy. Welcome into the inn. Welcome back. Glad you made it. I mean, we're in the middle of coloring the werewolf waifu, if you will. One a.m. and it's still going strong. Don't worry, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing done in terms of colors, and I'll continue the rest offline, if you will, because we have been streaming for about 3 hours, almost 3 hours now, and I know everyone needs to get their rest. My timeline here is 6:15 in the afternoon. I was referring to Sherman's timeline because he lives in South Africa, from where that rather than what most people assume he lives. You know. Okay. Now, isn't that the cutest werewolf that I've ever made?
It's the only werewolf we made.
Would this summon the horde?
I think it already has.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, she is adorable. I mean, I decided to go for something a little bit different when it comes to designing werewolves. I mean, not everyone has actually tried. No, I mean, I'm sure that there's some people who actually went for this route, but I decided to go for the one that's the Moe type of werewolf, if you will. All right, now I need to figure out a pattern in her outfit. You knew the risk. I mean, I tried, man. I really did. But I mean, it seems fun, but at the same time, try burgundy eyes. I don't know. The blue eye seems pretty. Seems like it stands out as is. Okay, I need to figure out a pattern. My mother told me you'll do. Paw pads? I wish I did, but I didn't went to the photo. But I didn't went to this the Steam work. But I didn't went to the Clip Studio workshop for the rest. So this will have to do. Okay. Now, time for me to work on the skirt pattern.
This is it needs patterning.
No. Well, should I go with plaid for her pattern, for her skirt pattern, or nah?
It depends. Solid color can look fine too, depending what you pick.
I think that does look. It still looks great. Blue is great, but my stupid OCD brain wants some red to go with Flannery name since it means red and valor. I wonder though. Let's see if we take a page out of your book then.
You know, Smarty Pants is knowing what burgundy is.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I think I could try taking that. Okay, so I managed to change the eye to saturate. I changed the eye hue, but does that look a lot better? I mean, okay, let's make a little bit of comparison. Okay. This is blue, okay, that's the original color, and boof, red. What do you think looks better for her? Okay. Let's see, next feature in the end, Mikoto's random page library. Every story you read is an adventure. Admission to the library involves a page from a book. Blue actually looks better. You know what, let's make a little bit of a poll, if you will. Okay. What color of her eyes shall be? Alright, I'm creating a poll, you guys. Alright, we got ourselves, so far, red is in the lead. I think I'll, while I'm at it, I'm gonna try to, oh goodness, the blue is picking back up. Oh my lord, blue is picking back up. Few seconds on the clock now. What about purple? Maybe I should have gone for purple. Well, there it is. Blue it is. Blue is gonna be her end of game color for her eyes. Not to mention it complements a lot to her appearance. Make it pink. Make it blue. Ah, that's a classic. I want to watch Sleeping Beauty again. Jesus. Screen and multiply. Alright, I'm gonna see where I'm gonna do some little bit of shading and then we'll call it here. 3 hours at a mark, 3 hours on the mark at least. Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, so Sherman didn't leave of his own accord. His internet went to shit.
Oh! Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh, that's awful,
He'll
man.
be on his way out real soon, but yeah, that's what happened.
Well, shit. Well, I should have started soon. I should have started much earlier instead of later. That's my bad.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Hey, I am so tired.
You okay, my guy?
I got over here from playing Cuphead for the first time.
Oh, no. You gonna be okay, though?
Fine. I'm honestly just coming down. I'm coming down now.
Oh.
See, I know that Cuphead is known for inducing rage, but my rage is kind of different. Mine is more like well, I can't take this anymore kind of rage.
I think there's a proper name for that. I can't remember it at the time being. But I hope you get plenty of rest because Cuphead is not for everyone because of how it can actually,
Because of how infuriating it is, and it is very unforgiving.
Yep.
Yes, but you want to know the highlight of the stream? I beat Beppy the Clown in one try.
What?
And I never played the game before.
How the fiddlestick? How the fuck?
Yeah, it happened. I beat it. But then I got stuck on the dragon, Grim Matchstick, or whatever his name is. And also that funhouse run and gun level. That is, whew, that's when I decided to call it quits.
I think it's for the best. That way you can actually recoup and try again. But I can. My sister once played Cuphead before, and there are areas that I know that she didn't like it at all. I think even she would also agree that the Dragon Boss is absolute bullshit.
Honestly, I can't even get past the part with the fire parade on the tongue. It drove me crazy, I tell ya. I'm pretty sure I need different weapons, which I spent all my coins on, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to give Cuphead a try, but I'm not sure if I can actually take in the instant rage that the game can actually provide. I mean, I had tried it back in 2018, but I just stopped right there.
It's definitely a game built on trial and error.
It's also a labor of love, given how it's actually they use actual hand-drawn sprites.
I know, it's like eye candy for my artist's eyes. I love seeing it. There's like so many great references in it to not just classical animation, but other video games in general. Like the two frogs fight. It's something in Croaks. I don't remember the name, but they're clearly based off of Street Fighter. Like the entire match is just one big Street Fighter reference. I love to see it. It was tiring though.
Get plenty of rest because you had tried and you deserve the rest after it's been a stressful situation.
Absolutely. And also, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. I cooked for myself for the last couple of nights, and I'm just like, okay, I think it's time to eat out. I'm trying to figure out what I want to get.
I am thinking of making myself some leftovers that I've cooked last night.
What you got?
Chicken adobo.
What?
It's basically a type of what's the right word for the job? I need to take it a quick look. Let me take a quick look. Let me see. It's a type of Filipino dish that requires you to marinate the chicken with equal parts soy sauce and vinegar with some garlic and peppercorns. But once
you like garlic?
Yes. And once you marinate that sucker up for an hour or best of all overnight, and let it cook into the pot with some onion and bay leaves. Let me tell you, it's absolute delicious. My boyfriend.
That does sound good.
My boyfriend, when he actually got to check out adobo, he said it's one of his favorites of all the stuff I've made. In fact,
that does. Do you think you could give me the recipe? I want to try that.
I'll type it to you a little bit later, but generally it would look something like this, if you will. If Google can actually allow me to, if Bing can actually allow me to. Oh, that is a long ass link. And I'll also show it here to you, chat, so you can actually see it. And oh, I am so sorry for the long ass link. But it is an image, I will tell you that.
That does look tasty.
Okay, I'm posting this here in TV chat too, so you guys can actually see.
It does look tasty.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry. I'm debating between getting debating between getting Asian food or ordering a pizza. I kind of had it up to here with burgers.
Pizza is not a bad idea for a starter. I haven't had
Yeah.
I haven't had pot stickers in a long while. Ever since I heard Asian foods. Ah!
Oh, pot stickers are good.
I know.
I've got frozen wontons, but those are hardly a meal, and they cook really funny. Like they don't cook the way they should.
That's not normal.
Like you ever try cooking potatoes in a microwave and it doesn't cook evenly?
No.
Well, potatoes don't cook evenly in a microwave.
Well, my boyfriend and I managed to make it work by stabbing the potato multiple times and then flip it over for every minute or for every 5 minutes.
Really? Because every time I've ever had potato soup or mashed potatoes, every time I put it in the microwave, it's unbelievably hot on one side, and then it's still cold as ice on the other.
You didn't stir it once the timer is done and then you put it back in?
You're supposed to do that?
Yes?
Wow, I learned something new.
Yay. Okay. I think I'm done with shading with Flannery. I'll call it here, and I'll continue shading. I'll continue rendering her offline before I actually post it up in Twitter. Because even I'm starting to feel hungry.
I guess I better look up. I guess I could probably order a Marco's pizza.
Oh. That's a good choice. I'm gonna damn me, that's a good choice.
Yeah, baby.
Also, I am a little bit excited yet mortified for next week.
What's? Oh right, because the campaign officially starts next week, but we've got session 0 this Thursday.
Oh, it's not just that. It's not just that. Well, one of my D&D party mates managed to find this channel in Twitter, and not only did she say hi and followed me back, but she gifted everybody subs, so that way the cup is filled and the goal is met.
Oh, you're talking about cringe fiction.
Yes. And given that it's met in time, I'm gonna have to read that on my birthday.
Oh, wait, your birthday's coming up?
Yep.
Oh shoot, well you know what that means. I gotta make a picture for ya.
Hey, you do?
Want to.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
And that's all depending on if I can get it into my schedule. I want to give so many of my friends presents.
I mean, I haven't gotten this much gifts. I haven't gotten this much gifts and bunch since I was doing my date back in my Gmodding days. Jeez, I don't know how to feel about that. But I think grateful. I really am grateful if you're gonna go that far. I really am.
I really want to.
But yeah, I'm gonna be reading but just in case if bring this up right now, I am gonna be now that the goal is met, I'm gonna be reading My Immortal on my birthday. That is on October 29th, on next Saturday. Hi honey, how are you doing?
Could be better, but you know.
You're gonna be okay though?
Let's just say Mom gave me a call and she wasn't happy.
Oh. You want to discuss this later?
Later.
Okay.
She's just checking up on you, see if you're still streaming.
Okay. But yeah.
Ooh, that ain't good.
She looks good though.
Thank you, honey. Alright. As soon as I'm done with her in terms of shading, I'll call it here.
I'm also cooking some hot dogs for dinner. You want any?
I'm gonna have the adobo for dinner.
Oh, okay.
Do you want some?
I would, but I already got the hot dogs on the grill.
Alright. Fair enough.
Sorry, hon.
Yeah, something tells me it's not good. Alright. Alright. I think I'm just a little bit in this corner here, and... Okay. Thank you, Werewolf. Thank you. Alright. I guess, Oh, her skirt. Just when I thought I was done with one thing, I missed out on others. I'm starting to understand how Cell felt when he tried to set up his stages. Okay. Oh no. Okay, and all right. What do you think of this one? We finally got the basic shading of Flannery.
It looks amazing. Love to see it.
All right.
She's absolutely adorable.
Okay. I guess this is where we're gonna call it here for now, chat, because we have been at this for 3 hours and it has been a day. Ow! Why? Jay! Why?
One for the road.
Okay. But let's see. Let's go into this closing streams for now. I think just for the sake of why the fuck not. How about we go and do a little bit of a raid to send a person their love and support. There we go. Oh, did that work? Okay, that did not work. Oh, that did not work. Okay, let me try that again.
I think you got to do a slash rather than an exclamation point.
So why don't we go and try raid Tiefling Melissa for a change? And here is the raid message in case if you guys want to go and send her our regards to Melissa. But yeah, thank you guys for actually coming and joining me and watching me do my art. And I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully, maybe just maybe, we can finally get to have a successful run in Left 4 Dead 2. But thank you guys for coming in. I'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye.